My friends, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a reading about what you need to know about what's coming during Mercury in retrograde. And I was hearing somebody has woken up spiritually, is what I'm hearing. And Mercury in retrograde is a time where people revisit things from the past. So I wanted to go ahead and do a reading. At the time I'm filming this beforehand, but I'm going to be posting this on the day that Mercury in retrograde starts. So we're going to look at what advice you need. Hang on. We're going to be looking at what advice you need about Mercury in retrograde time, because some people don't want to hear from their person during Mercury in retrograde. But I think it's important, even if you do hear from this person in Mercury in retrograde, it's important that it's about something coming up for revaluation. So you want to make sure you're not repeating the same cycle. Let's have a look. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's shuffle this deck first. So someone could be moving. Spirit, we're looking at what advice my friends need for what's coming towards them in Mercury in retrograde. We have beyond compare. I'm hearing nothing compares to you. All right, so let's have a look. Let's cut the deck. And let's get you prepared for Mercury in retrograde. So, okay, this is some heavy energy to start with. So, we have deceit and we have protection, deflecting negative energy. So this is really important. So if the person you're hearing from in Mercury in retrograde, if you don't hear from them, it's because your energy is being protected. If you do hear from them and they come in this Seven of Swords energy, or you feel like they're still in the same energy, it's very important to protect your energy and keep your boundaries up, because you don't want to repeat a cycle is what I'm hearing. So this person probably would have ghosted you or been in like Seven of Swords behavior with you somehow. So let's see. I sound a little different right now. Maybe it's because it's later in the day and I'm tired. I don't know. Make sure this person sounds different is what I'm hearing. Make sure they have a clearer mindset, a better mental attitude. That could be symbolic. So let's see what you need to know about this Mercury in retrograde. What do you need to know? It could also be that you're hearing from someone who left in kind of a sneaky way. We have you are enough. Don't forget that. So no matter how lonely you are, no matter how much you want this person back, like I said, if they come in and they're still in the same energy, keep your boundaries up, protect your energy. Make sure that they've changed, right? You are perfect. Be proud of who you are. That's what's on the bottom. We do have this month within weeks, so that makes sense. So it's coming this month, November. Like I said, I'm posting this on November 9th, the start of Mercury in retrograde. So weeks. This month within weeks, I feel like you're going to be hearing from this person. This person could be an entrepreneur, or you could be starting up a business. That's another important thing. If this person comes in and they're not in kind of a better energy, I don't know why I'm hearing Divine Feminine working on your mission, but if you are a Divine Feminine working on your mission and this person comes back in, this is up for review again, and this person comes back in, make sure that they're not, taking all your energy away from your mission or from whatever you're starting up. Like I'm almost seeing someone starting up a social media or starting up a business, and then their person comes in and they're like, whoop, they throw it out the window because their person is back. Make sure you're not doing that. This person could also be an entrepreneur. That could be an indication. Fame. So you could also be in Queen of Wands energy attracting this person in. So there is a very strong message here about don't throw your self away. Know that you are enough just because this person pops back in. And again, I'm not saying that they're not going to be different, but you don't want to abandon yourself again, right? I don't know why I said again. Maybe in the past you were starting to work on something and then this person popped up in your energy and you stopped working on it, right? That's very important. We have authentic, be your true self. That's another thing. So when this happens this month, within weeks, make sure know that you are enough. Speak from a truthful, authentic place, from your Queen of Swords. Like, you don't have to be harsh with this person, but don't play small. Know your worth. If this person comes back in and they're crossing boundaries, for example, say something, be your authentic self. If this person comes back in and you feel like they're being deceitful and you feel strong enough to say something, say something. Don't just shrink yourself back down hoping that this person will stay. That'll make sense for the right person. We have lost, confused, something's missing. So it feels like this person has figured out that something is missing in their life, but don't let this person confuse you, right? Maybe you've been lost for a while. I'm hearing amazing grace for some reason. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I'm seeing like you, maybe you felt lost in this connection, and now you know your worth. You know you are enough. You're focusing on this, your mission, your possibly something online with this fame card. Don't let this person put you back into that confused energy. Be authentic. Also, if you're working on your mission, it's important to not pretend to be someone else or to censor yourself. How can I put that? When you are on your mission or when you are creating something, I'm seeing the Queen of Wands, you want to be your authentic self, because the people that you're meant to reach, you're only going to reach them if you're being your authentic self. If you are fearing that you're not enough and you're pretending to be someone else, or you're hiding parts of yourself, you're not going to attract your people. You're not going to attract your soul tribe. Be real, be genuine. That's a lot about you. That's interesting. Let's get a few more. What do we need to know about this Mercury in retrograde? So we have intentions. So make sure this person's intentions are good. Make sure they're being clear with their intentions. If this person comes back in, this is a love reading, Spirit, but if this person comes back in and they're not being clear with you, or they're being in that wishy-washy energy, they need to be clear with you. Make sure that they have self-improved, that they're coming in differently, not just in the same old energy. Make sure that they're focusing on their personal development. And this says prioritize self. So there's definitely a theme here where Spirit wants to make sure that just because this person is popping back in, you're not abandoning yourself or your own self-improvement or this thing that you're starting, your mission. Spirit wants to make sure you don't just stick it on the back burner because this person is back. Yeah, there's that deceit card. So it's definitely someone who has gone silent with you or ghosted you here. This could be someone who used to use the silent treatment on you. And I'm not saying they did it intentionally. I've talked about this so many times with the silent treatment. A lot of people don't know it's the silent treatment. It's like a trauma response. So they pull away or they clam up or they ghost because they weren't taught how to deal with conflict. So they avoid. But the person on the receiving end of it, it feels like silent treatment, and that can be emotionally harmful. There's also another message behind this, which is if they come in the same energy and you feel like they're trying to deceive you, especially if you're intuitive, you would know by their energy if they've changed. And if your intuition is telling you this person is still in kind of this deceitful energy, they're not showing much self-improvement, there's a message here about you staying silent, even though that's going to be hard. There's a message about you prioritizing yourself. So I feel like it's going to be different for different people. Like for some of you, your person pops back up and they show growth. It's going to be okay to open that door if you feel called to intuitively. But for some of you, this could be some kind of test where this person is coming back in the same energy and you need to keep your boundaries up. Tarot will tell us more about this. We have the one, even if they're the one, even if they're your true love, your counterpart, your soulmate. If they're not showing any signs of growth, then it's not the right time. I want to know about, magnetic bond. Words of affirmation. There we go, Spirit. So make sure they're speaking their intentions to you. Even if you feel this magnetic bond, if they're not making their intentions clear and they're in that Seven of Swords behavior, you need to honor your own boundaries. If it's time to let the boundaries down, I feel like you're going to feel it, because showing care with words, speaking with love. They're going to be showing care with words. They're going to be telling you their intentions, and they're going to be speaking with love. And if they're not, and I know it might be hard, but you're going to have the courage to stand in your boundaries. This could be a test. For some reason, I'm seeing like Braveheart or something, and seeing if the boundaries, a wall, like a wall of defense that you've built, is going to stand against this army that's coming towards you. I know that's weird. So I want to see, I want to confirm this month card. This month within weeks. This month within weeks. Okay, so we have friends first, friends to lovers. So I feel like one thing that's going to be important is not rushing. So when this person comes towards you, they could be offering friendship. And a lot of us, when that's offered, our ego gets triggered. And we're like, I don't want a friend. I want you. You're the one. I want more than that. Go away if you just want to be friends. That can actually push someone away. So their spirit wants you to know this week, this month. Why do I keep saying this week? Maybe it's happening this week. Spirit's telling you to keep a positive mindset, especially if they offer friendship first. It's important to build a foundation before rushing into anything. So I would actually be embracing this, especially if you're not sure if you should let down your boundaries or not. You could offer friendship first and say, let's see if we can get on the same page and start off as friends. That's actually a healthier way to go. Take it slow and steady is what I'm hearing. We do have breakthrough, epiphany, Ace of Swords energy, communication. So there's a breakthrough coming. So that's actually really positive. But you want to take it slow, because some people, can say that they've changed and say their intentions, but you want to make sure. So I feel like if you take it slowly, friends first, 444, you're being protected. So take it slow, and I feel like it will lead to a breakthrough if you take it slow. Transition, period of change. So there's a very strong message here within the next few weeks to start off as friends, transition into calmer waters, make sure you're on the same page, make sure you can stay afloat in that boat. This is Six of Swords energy. So this is about reconnecting. Friends first. Communication comes Friends first, build that foundation, see if you can transition into calmer waters. It also says shifting, moving on from challenges. So that is positive. Thank you, Spirit. I was getting worried there for a minute. And alluring, this person, it's actually, I'm hearing it'll, not that you need anything to make you more attractive, but it'll make you energetically more attractive, that you're not like immediately chasing or rushing in anything. I do feel like you're calling this person's energy in, especially this is that Queen of Wands energy that I was talking about. Very magnetic energy. There's no need to rush it, is what I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. Like I said, I was getting worried there for a minute. I think that message just came out for those of you where you don't see any change. Have the courage to keep your boundaries up. Be positive. All right. Let's get a few more about, I want to confirm this period of change. One more. There we go. There it is. There. That's exactly. Remember I said review again? We have talk, communicate. So I feel like once there's that reconnection, icebreaker, I'm hearing once the ice is broken, you move on from challenges. If you can't talk to this person and move on from a challenge, maybe an unfinished challenge, we have unfinished business. If they come in and you're like in a cycle again, arguing about the past, it may not be the right time. I'm confirming, though, this moving on from challenges. So I feel like once the ice is broken and once you can talk in a positive way about the things that went down in the past and you can tie up these loose ends, it leads to an energetic shift. And I was specifically confirming period of change shifting. So I feel like the first few conversations and how you receive them and what you see in them and their energy is going to be crucial. Because again, if you hear from this person, the last thing you want to do on their first message is just throw your mission away and throw all your boundaries away. And I'm so happy you're back. Never leave me again. I feel like there's going to be a few conversations here that may be difficult, but then that's going to cause an energetic shift. I feel like as you start talking to this person, you're going to see an energetic shift in them. This says it's unfinished, and that's exactly what I mean about Mercury in retrograde. That's about things from the past coming up for review, right? So something unfinished this way comes, is what I'm hearing. And you got the reflect card, which is the Mercury in retrograde card. Review again, reevaluate. So it's like this situation has come up for review. Kind of like a parole board, I'm hearing. I hope your person's not in jail. I'm hearing have your wits about you. It's going to be up to you if you start this. Like it says, start over, try again, back to basics. So I feel like after the first few conversations, after you have those conversations about unfinished business or loose ends or lack of closure or things that happened in the past, you're going to be able to see if this person is in Seven of Swords energy, for example. If they were in it in the past, maybe you mentioned something and they went quiet on you. So if you speak from an authentic truth and all of a sudden they go quiet on you and disappear, that shows they haven't shifted in their energy. They haven't, like if they still can't take accountability, that's like a stop sign from spirit to protect your energy, right? But if you're able to speak from an authentic place, red car, if you're able to speak from an authentic place and bring these things up and say, you know, in the past, you really hurt me. And I feel like you'll know if they've been reflecting about this or not. And it'll be up to you if you want to start over. But start from scratch. I'm hearing let's start as friends. And that's actually really healthy, I'm hearing. to help you transition into calmer. I feel like I should just put a white card here because it makes my camera go bright. That's not going to work. That's not going to work either. So financial focus. So there is like an up, the energy is taking a turn up for the better, I'm hearing. But you don't want to abandon your mission because you could be starting to you could be seeing a change in your work or your wealth. And the last thing you want to do is throw it away for this person. And you can still reconnect with this person while still focusing on your mission, right? And then we have this week. Remember how I kept saying this week, this week, this week? So for some of you, it could be coming in this week. All right, so I have another deck we're going to get. Back at 1, Brian McKnight. So let's get a few cards from this deck. A connection worth saving, especially if you feel like they're the one, right? I feel like this person is realizing that you're something special, that you're an empress, is what I'm hearing. Clean up, owning the mess to clean up. That's what I like to see. Owning the mess to clean up. Do you guys want to hear like a really weird random story that's not about tarot or anything? I feel like sharing. When I was a photographer, I need to share it with someone. When I was a photographer, I had this woman that would come in all the time at Christmas for Christmas sessions. For like year after year, she would come in. And every time she came in, she would only come for Christmas sessions with her 2 kids. And I just loved her kids. Like her daughter was just, she had such a light about her. She had had a really difficult, why am I telling you this? She had had a really difficult childhood, but her outlook, like she had health problems and she was, in a wheelchair most of the time. But her outlook on life, she was just such a beautiful soul. Like her soul shined and I just loved her. But anyway, her mom would always wear this star sweater. And every year I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love that sweater. Where did you get it? And she's like, I can't even remember where I've got it. I've had it so long. Then when I started doing tarot, I went thrift shopping and I found the same star sweater. And I used to wear it last year and you guys would always comment on it. And it was one of my favorite sweaters. And then this year I lost a bunch of weight and the sweater was way too big for me and I loved it so much. I just loved that sweater. So like a month and a half ago, doesn't matter, I went thrift shopping again and I found the same sweater in a smaller size. It was like the universe was looking out for me. I know that sounds silly. I'm the person that used to be like very anti-spirituality and very anti-religious. And when I would see like sports people praying to God or, people thanking God for looking out for them, I'd be like, I doubt he cares about what you're doing in some football game. Like I was so judgmental. Anyway, I really feel like my guides were looking out for me because I loved that sweater and I was very upset because it was way too big on me, like way too big. I know that's a weird story. Anyway, moments of your life that you'll never get back. Let's get back to your reading. You know what? I'm filming this right before I go away. So I feel like when this finds you, I'm going to be missing you. Like when you're watching this, imagine me on my vacation thinking of you, missing you, because you're my people. So owning the mess to clean up. This is what we're looking for. Healthier choices. So again, if this person is in a icky energy, make healthier choices, prioritize yourself. Make sure they're prioritizing you. Make sure they've made positive life changes. Make sure they're taking accountability so those burdens can be released, so that those loose ends can be tied up. Very important. It does say wedding bells are ringing. My Fair Lady could be symbolic. I love that movie. Musicals, I love My Fair Lady. Oh, love it. Such a good movie. You could be apprehensive though, because I'm picking up on a very apprehensive energy, or maybe it's just that I'm being protective of you. I'm not sure. I just want to make sure this person isn't. I want to make sure they're coming in right, and I want to make sure that you know that they should be coming in right. If not, it's not the right time. That's what you need to be careful about during Mercury in retrograde. All right, so what do we need to know about Mercury in retrograde? Spirit, what do we need to know about Mercury in retrograde? Spirit's being mysterious. So we have support. You will overcome issues at hand, helping each other, rescue, give, favor, lending a hand. So this person could also be coming in for some kind of support from you, especially if, you know, they're going through something and you were a support to them. If you were that Queen of Cups energy, very caring, very loving, very compassionate, it could be that they're going through something in their life. Confusion, needs certainty to trust. So if they're coming in, remember I had that thing about the confusion. Make sure they're being clear with you and upfront, and they're making their intentions known. Make sure they're taking accountability. Make sure they're cleaning up, right? Otherwise, if they come in and if you are intuitively doubting it and hesitating, and you find them hard to read and you're questioning them, and you feel confused, that's almost like your body's way, and you feel anxious, that's your body's way of telling you something's off here. Your body, your intuition is still sensing some of those red flags, is what I'm hearing. Pay attention to the red flags. Take things slowly. Also, side note, they could be going through something, looking for support. They could be, you know, they could be at a very confused stage in their life right now, and that could be what's drawing them towards you. I keep seeing the meme for Mercury in retrograde with, is it Ralph Wiggum, the cop's son in The Simpsons, where it says Mercury in retrograde and I'm in danger. So mirror. Bad behaviors that need correcting. Narcissistic tendencies, self-absorbed, one-sided relationship, mirroring. So please, this is coming up for review again. Remember the mirror in the white cards. So please make sure that some of these behaviors, like if they come in still showing that, or they come in a little bit self-absorbed, it won't be the right time. And that's, again, it doesn't mean it won't ever be the right time. That's like a test for you during this Mercury in retrograde. We do have connecting. So you want to make sure before you start connecting with this person that you build some sort of foundation, friends first, so that you can make sure that they've changed. They could reach out to you online. Oh dear. Okay, well that's good. That's good. Never mind. We have the Devil and Epiphany. The answers will come. So remember what I was saying about that breakthrough. So it feels like this person has had a breakthrough about some of their major blocks. You could have been codependent on this person. Make sure that that's not being triggered back up. Like if this person reaches out and they haven't changed, right? And you feel yourself becoming obsessed with them again, or codependently attached, or like playing small, walking on eggshells because you don't want them to leave again, that's not a good sign. That's a sign that you still have healing to do, they still have healing to do. But I feel like this person has had a revelation just like you have about some of those devil tendencies. So think about it. Mirroring, you've had mirroring twice. If you've had a realization, hold on to that realization. Don't lower your boundaries just because they're back. make sure that they've had a realization, make sure that they've had an epiphany, make sure that they're owning their mess, right? I guess the days of me recording past 4:30 are done because it's now dark at this time. I mean, it's light out, but it's appearing dark here. So let's confirm this epiphany. There's definitely something about not abandoning whatever you're working on. Don't abandon it. Don't abandon it. It also says it pays to keep an open mind. So when this person comes back in, it pays to keep an open mind. Keep an open mind that maybe they've changed. But there's something about not abandoning your creations just because this person is back. We have good things are manifesting. Blessed connection, fortune, lucky break, good opportunity, great chance, joyful occasion. So there is something good manifesting here. I definitely feel like you were dealing with someone who was not in good energy. Like this says mixed signals, manipulation, immature behavior, dishonesty, stringing along. That could have been how you felt when you were with this person. Make sure they're not playing those games. Wicked Games? Is that Chris Isaac? Now I need to confirm this one. Because again, if they come in like this, no thank you. Maybe next time. And again, it doesn't mean... If this comes in and you are very quick to take them back, it's kind of like you're telling the universe, that's good enough, I'll take that. Whereas if they come in like this and you keep your boundaries up, for some reason I still have Sally sitting here from a reading I did before, so I'm going to use her, Queen of Swords. So if this person comes back in playing games or being wishy-washy or hot and cold, doesn't want anything serious, you need to stay in your boundaries, and that communicates to the universe, I'm manifesting something better. And it doesn't mean that this person won't change and come back around at a later date. But that's the problem with Mercury in retrograde. Sometimes people get that urge to revisit the past before they're ready. Tell the universe you want the epiphany. You want this person to come in owning their mess to clean up. Don't accept this one. Send it back. And I don't know anything about astrology, but I do know from the astrologers I watch that during November, there's 30 plus planets talking to each other. There's like a bunch of planets in retrograde. I feel like November is going to be intense. Confirm bad games, please. Okay, manifesting, coming in very soon. So that's what I mean. If this comes in, if you've been manifesting this person taking accountability and speaking to you with love, and they come in not doing that, send it back. Say, no, thank you, I'm not interested in this. We have travel. You could be traveling right now. But this also talks about a break and movement. So I feel like this person needed a break, needed a separation in order to gain some new perspectives. We do have, I like you, early stages wanting to date. So here's what I'm going to say about this. If this person, we also have stop. So exactly what I've been saying, and it's going to differ for each of you. I feel like this is a test. If they come in like this, stop. I even said stop sign. If they come in and they haven't changed and they're not taking accountability, and you're speaking from an authentic place and it's triggering them into silence, stop. That's a big fat red flag. If your body is reacting in anxiety and worry and is like rejecting this person because you can see that they haven't changed. Stop. You need to keep your boundaries up. But there's another message here, which is if they come in and they're being clear with their intentions, I feel like I'm channeling two collectives here, or maybe this is just preparing you for this test. This is like your cheat sheet. If they come in and they're being honest that they like you, they're speaking from an authentic place, you can see that they've had a breakthrough, they're owning their bad behavior. It says early stages, so there's an energy of taking it slow. What advice? We have manifesting coming in very soon. So that must be why rebuilding, start over and rebuild stronger. So there is the potential to overcome these challenges, but I don't know why I'm so like, I just want you to be prepared for if you have to keep your boundaries up. It doesn't mean it will be forever. All right, tarot will tell us more. Maybe I'm just being overprotective. What is your advice about this person? What is your advice about this person? I feel like, oh my goodness. We have reunion on the bottom. Getting together, mending, reconciliation, harmonize, compromise, meeting again. So there is a reunion happening. This story is not over yet, unfinished. But if you can't harmonize, then it's not the right time. Like if you're being your authentic self and you want an apology and they're not willing to give it to you, you're not in harmony yet. So we have real love, true feelings worth exploring. So your advice, make sure that they're coming in a healthy energy and that they've matured. Don't go quickly. We have coffee cup. Healing begins with an honest talk. Exactly. So you need to have this honest conversation. Queen of Swords. Having an honest conversation, speaking from an authentic place. You know what? In the past, when you did this, it really hurt me. And if they get their knickers in a twist, I'm hearing, maybe you're from the UK, because I don't call them knickers. If they get their knickers in a twist, then it's not the right time, and that's okay. Friendship. So building from friendship. That's definitely symbolic here. We have hard work. Your hard work will be rewarded, achieving the impossible, but you have to make sure that you're working as a team here. If it's going to be one-sided, it won't work. If you're the only one putting in effort, and if you're the only one who's healed, that's not going to work. They have to heal too. An apology. So make sure there's an honest, authentic apology as well, coming in to renew lost love. Forgiveness, returning gift, not over, closure, confession, regret, making things right. If this person doesn't come in with regret, that's a stop sign. If they come in like nothing's happened, stop sign. I hope I didn't scare you. I'm going to be honest with you. And I was feeling the need to be honest about that. So I think that for some of you, you needed that honesty, because you're going to have to keep your boundaries up. So we're going to get tarot. I'm using the B tarot, and we just had a card with a B on it, so that could be symbolic. Be symbolic. We have the 5 of Cups. Hang on here. Hang on. All right. 5 of Cups was in the upright. Regret. 8 of Pentacles, so you want to make sure this person wants to put in the work. But I was hearing this connection could have failed or fallen apart because you were the only one investing in it. We have the Ace of Pentacles, stable offer coming in. All right, one more shuffle. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse, new perspective. So if they're not showing you a new perspective, don't let them into your hive. Maybe you're questioning if this person could actually change the way that I am channeling this. That Eight of Swords in reverse just came flying out. So let's cut the deck. How did I cut them? There we go. Well, we have the Lovers and the Four of Swords in reverse. So, my friends, this is about Four of Swords in reverse, swords up. So there's communication coming. Release from isolation. So this is coming up for review again. Just make sure they've healed. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is about getting on the same page, working as a team, working it out. So it's definitely like, it's like this is divinely guided. I'm hearing to see if you and this person can be on the same page. If you can be on the same page. The honeymoon, which is the Lovers. I kind of want to show it to you, but I'm just going to stick my fingernail over her body part. That's also about a choice. So it's going to be your choice if you reignite something with them. Gemini energy. Okay, so Lovers energy could be a divine connection. So I'm going to start with what's coming towards you during this Mercury in retrograde, what we need to know about it. What's coming towards you, Mercury in retrograde, and what do you need to know about it? We have the Six of Wands, so they could be reaching out online. We have the Star. So there's definitely the chance of a reconnection or a renewal here. Maybe they like your butt, because I'm having to cover up this person's butt with my finger. Maybe they have anyway, I'm not going to say that. We have Six of Wands, so you could be attracting this in. You could be attracting a lot of attention. Again, don't walk away from your fame or your creativity or your soul mission just because this person is back. We have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is a sign that there's about to be some sort of completion or some sort of hard time is about to come to an end. And we have the Devil in reverse. Okay, all right. So the Ten of Wands is actually a sign of progress being made. The Devil and the Lovers showing themselves so closely together. Very symbolic of an intense connection, so this could have been very intense. You could have felt very overwhelmed in this connection as well. So like I said, the Ten of Wands, you know, you can see it on this bee card. That bee is almost back to drop off its pollen. So that is a sign that you're nearing the end of a tough period. And we have the Devil in reverse, which is the moment where someone becomes more self-aware. It's about releasing unhealthy patterns. So even though maybe it's been a while since you've heard from this person, I do believe this is a sign of progress. Like I said, the Ten of Wands is like, don't stop, you're almost at the top of the mountain. You're nearing a completion, right? And like that long journey, so that bee feels like it's weighed down with that pollen, but it's almost to the beekeeper there. Six of Wands, so success, victory. There could be a message online. Especially with the Star. I feel like for some of you, you're shining. Let's get a little bit more information about this. Yeah, we have, that's so interesting. So we have the Nine of Jars flipping out, but I'm going to put it back in. So you could be very focused on your hobbies or your own fulfillment right now, very focused on your inner healing. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, which is about reconciliation. It's about an apology. So again, it's very clear to me, make sure there's an apology. Make sure this person is taking accountability. That's how you'll know if it's the right time. Ace of Swords, breakthrough moment, communication. So this is what's coming towards you. 1 to 3 weeks. 1 to 3 weeks. So it's very important when this comes in, you remain in your feminine energy. And I've read it to you before, but in that red oracle deck that I always talk about, yin energy. Your power lies in small gestures and soft awareness. Allow their actions to speak for them. That's your advice with this person. 5 of Wands in reverse. The end of conflict is coming, which is what I was hearing with the 10 of Wands. So it felt like a long journey, but the end of conflict, resolution, cooperation is coming. So you'll know if this is your reading, if when this person reaches out, they're taking accountability. 10 of Pentacles could lead to commitment. So remain in your feminine energy. I do not chase, I attract. You're attracting this in. And like I said, if you attract in anything else but accountability and healing from this person, it's not the right time. Send it, return to sender is what I'm hearing. Now I'm hearing signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. So show me the person coming towards my viewer. Show me the person, the Chariot. Could be a Cancer. Okay, that's good. 4 of Wands, oh my gosh, this could definitely be your counterpart. Which may be why I'm giving you so much guidance. My heart sings with appreciation for the present moment. That's your affirmation. So, Chariot, Cancer energy. Who is this coming towards you? We've got the 2 of Swords. So someone that it became stagnant, it became stuck. Insert Tower moment to break up the energy. Archangel Michael is what I'm hearing. This also represents there was a roadblock here so that this person would go within and so that you would go within and heal, especially if you're counterparts. We had the Lovers. We had the Empress. Now we have the 4 of Wands for who this is. Right? And this image always reminds me of, if you look in this image, focus please. Focus. Why isn't it focusing on this? Hang on. This is someone you've been waiting for, I'm hearing. Without waiting. Why won't it focus on this card? Weird. It's just not going to do it for me. Why won't it focus? I'll just hold it here. That's close enough. You can zoom in. But you see these 2 children. I'm not saying that you're children, but to me, part of the twin flame dynamic is healing inner child wounds. And once you heal those inner child wounds and step into healed versions of yourself, that's when you come back together and you see 2 children running towards this. 7 of Pentacles, that's what I mean. This is something that you've had to be patient for. Temperance right underneath that. You've had to be patient for this person. Could be a Sagittarius. All right. So anyway, the 2 of Swords can also represent a moment where someone needs to go within and heal. And right underneath we have the Star, which I can't really show you because of the butt on it. So this is someone, who is this? This is someone who's been stuck and stagnant, who has been healing, wants to reconnect. Chariot energy, they're on their way to you. They're coming home. Look at that. 4 of Wands, returning home. All right. Let's see how this person is feeling about you, because that'll show us some stuff. I'm lacking words. That'll show us if there's healing or if they're taking accountability. So how do they feel about you? Queen of Wands, yes! Queen of Wands. So they have a new perspective of you. Page of Cups on the bottom. So they do feel like they owe you some kind of apology. They are seeing a new perspective of you. They're feeling very attracted to you right now. Queen of Wands, very magnetic. You. Very creative. You could be working on creative things. 7 of Wands, boundaries. So this person feels like you're sitting in your power right now on your throne with your boundaries, protecting yourself. Interesting. Because I spoke so many times about not letting your boundaries. This person could feel like you're acting different. Like maybe they never expected you to put up boundaries. Maybe in the past you didn't, right? And now they're seeing a new perspective of you. They're seeing you as someone who's more self-confident, more self-assured, very magnetic. Boundaries, protecting your heart space. And it's like it's attracting them in. Let's get their intentions. What are their intentions? So we have the Hermit. And we have rebirth. That's great. That's great. So they want to resurrect something with you here. It's almost like they want to show you what they've been reflecting on. So I feel like this person has been withdrawn, doing a lot of self-evaluation. Their intentions are to show you, to shine a light on what they've been soul reflection, what they've been soul introspection, what they've been reflecting on. And this is about self-evaluation. So I feel like this person is going to tell you that they've been doing a lot of self-evaluation. Here's what they've realized and that they're sorry. This is about wanting to resurrect something here. And this Hermit is interesting because this Hermit seems to be coming out. Like they're not in a cave. It's like this person wants to illuminate what they've been working on. I'm going to have to try to lighten this. I don't know how much I can lighten it. 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords in reversed. Healing begins with an honest conversation. This person wants to have a conversation with you. Page of Swords, yeah. Let's get one more for intentions. We have death, so transformation. They want a new beginning with you here. Death and rebirth. Strength, confidence. They want to cultivate a strong relationship here. Something balanced, something sincere. Having the strength to talk about what went wrong in the past that led to this ending, right? Not letting their ego get all defensive. Let's see what action they're taking towards you. This person definitely has regret. 5 of Cups. So the strength to apologize, to tell you that they regret what happened during this ending. Let's see action. I mean, we already know, but let's just look. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Cups. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. So Wheel of Fortune, this person wants to spin that wheel. They want to make something happen. This is about making adjustments. So this person, decisive moments, love offer, a decisive moment. They reach out. They want to show you they've been making adjustments. They're coming in King of Cups in the upright. That's so important. Because King of Cups in the upright, that's not someone who's in a manipulative energy. That's someone who has a healthy balance of head and heart. Someone who doesn't lose their cool during conflict. They don't get emotionally triggered. They can apologize, I'm hearing. We have the Ace of Swords, communication. 9 of Pentacles. So it feels like this person is in a more stable energy. Queen of Cups. No way. So they're matching your energy. They want to put in effort. The King of Cups puts in effort. So this person wants to communicate that they've been working on themselves, that they're in this independent energy, and they want to share. They want to share with you. Listen, they could want to take things slowly with the 9 of Pentacles. They could want to remember that Friends card. They could want to remain independent while starting to communicate again, which means not jumping into a relationship. That's okay. And if you're being triggered by that, that's your ego. That's your pride. But they're coming in to match your energy. Look at that. That's a counterpart pair. I just heard it's a counterparty. They want to put in as much effort as you do. They want to match your energy. They want to deepen this already existing connection, Queen of Cups. And that is coming from a balance of head and heart. So trust in it. If they say, I'm not ready for marriage, or I'm not ready to be committed, but I want to see if we can make this work, if we can deepen this connection, if we can be friends first. I would be, you do whatever you want to do, but I would be open to that. They're coming in mature energy. What is your advice when this communication comes in? I've already given you tons, but let's see. We have Ace of Pentacles. So make sure, Three of Pentacles again. So make sure there's teamwork. Make sure this peace. Make sure this person doesn't just want a piece. Make sure they're meeting you halfway. Make sure you're working as a team. If you really want to, you could even get a mediator. The Three of Pentacles talks about a mediator. So you could get someone to mediate the two of you while you begin talking. But we have this Ace of Pentacles, so make sure this person is coming in a more stable energy and they're offering you something stable, not something wishy-washy. And make sure they're prepared to work as a team with you. If it feels one-sided, red flag. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, make sure they're willing to put in the work too. The Eight of Pentacles, though, is about seeing a reward on your investment. It's about seeing a reward on your investment. So you don't want to invest all that time and energy, especially like if this person is with somebody else, that's a stop. That's a stop. Not that the Eight of Pentacles means that, but this image always gets me. Two of Cups. Engage in an honest and heartfelt conversation. See if you're on the same page. Healing begins with an honest and heartfelt conversation. Speak from an authentic place. I want to see what's coming after Mercury in retrograde. What is this all leading to? The World, the end of a cycle. And that's, justice. It's leading to balance. And listen, very important story about this one. I recently saw that I'm not sure if it's a honeybee that does it or if it's a wasp or hornet, to be honest. But if this person truly didn't mean to hurt you, then they'll take accountability. They'll be honest with you. Because I'm seeing this thing that I've seen where if this, whatever that is, I know it's a bee in this one, but if they don't mean to sting you, they can actually, they walk in circles backwards to try and remove their stinger from your skin so that you don't get stung and they don't die. Anyway, justice, balance, accountability, truth, trust, I'm hearing. But the World is an end of a cycle. So this is all leading to not repeating a cycle, the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. What is this leading to? Prince of Jars. That's the Knight of Cups, which is about rekindling things. So there is the potential for a reunion here. That's beautiful. I just want to get a few channeled messages for you. All right, so let's get... It's interesting that my camera wasn't focusing. That happens during Mercury in retrograde all the time. Oh my gosh, reunion. All right, so let's get some channeled messages from this person. There were other things that got in the way of our connection. So that could be many things. That could be their childhood wounding. That could have been outside influences. That could have been work, someone else. So what does this person want to say to you? Interesting. That's good. They have a new perspective. Soul contract, the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So they have learned a lesson here. Understanding, I see your side of the story. So this could have been someone who wasn't able to see your perspective at the time, but now they see your side of the story. They've had a realization, is what I'm hearing. Unfinished business, we still have things left to resolve and discuss. Unfinished energy came out in 3 decks. Time, I'm afraid it's too late to take action. So this person could have been wanting to communicate for a while here. Maybe it's been a while. Remember that 10 of Wands? I feel unclear about where we stand. So this person is a little unsure if you even want them back because it's been so long or they haven't taken action. Let's get a few more channeled messages. That's too many. All right. We have commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. 4 of Wands came out for how they feel about you. So damage, we are both hurting from this. So they know you're hurt and they know they hurt themselves. I'm seeing that card, by withholding love from you, I withheld love from myself. Absence, I feel like a part of me is missing without you. Definitely feeling, I'm hearing the ghost of you. Reflection, being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. 4 of Swords in reverse. That's this person coming out of reflection. Hope. I haven't given up hope on us yet. That's beautiful. The star did come out for them. Ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. I told you. This is a good time to end the reading because my dogs are about to go crazy. So I miss you. I'm here every day with you still, but right now I'm away, missing you at this very moment. My dogs are very loud, so I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm sending you lots of love and light, my friends, and I will see you soon. Stay strong during Mercury in retrograde. Bye.